Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to watch season 2 episode 16 of Angel. It's called Epiphany. I'm concerned. Again, an understatement. Just because I don't even know what I should be more concerned about. Because obviously the whole Angel turning into Angelus thing seems like a pretty fucking big deal. And then now I also have Kate on my mind. I don't know if she's dead, if she's alive, if she's well, if she's not. And I just don't know how to handle all that information. It still feels very reversible. This episode is really going to establish what they plan on doing with those two storylines. So, I've been anxious because I feel like this episode is going to give me the answers. And I just don't know if I'm ready for that. But regardless, here I am. I want to say ready for this episode, but I don't think that's just factually true. But nevertheless, I am here. Please know that I will riot if Kate is dead. I'm gonna lose it. Please don't be dead. But in regards to Angelus stuff, I'm cool with Angelus being back. That part, I'm not complaining. I think it's gonna be fun. I mean, is it ideal? No. And I'm sure it's gonna stir some shit up. But at the same time, I just kind of love that concept of Angelus so much. I really think he was my favorite big bad that we've seen in Buffy so far. So I'm ready to have him back if he is. I'm very anxious, but excited to get some answers. Kate, please be alive. I hope you guys enjoy watching this with me. I hope we have some fun. And I hope Kate is alive. Okay, let's do it, I think. Fuck. Okay, we're going there. We're going there. We're going there. Okay. Oh god, that's really not indigestion. Look at the rain. This is the same thing.
Just let it happen. It'll only hurt for a minute.
Now I'm just waiting for him to yell for Buffy, and then I'll know that I'm truly in a sense,
What you need is a fresh kill. Hot human blood will wash away the foul memory of it. I promise. What? What is it?
Is he lying?
You saved me.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be.
Okay, is he lying? Why would he be feeling sorry?
Sorry, Darla.
No.
You saved me. Sorry I couldn't do the same for you.
Oh, okay.
You still have a soul.
This makes me it means that Buffy is his true happiness, and that's just so upsetting.
Not only have I been around for 400 years, but I used to do this professionally, and that was perfect. We'll go again.
No. We're finished.
Finished? Why? What, because you suddenly decide? You weren't tricked into anything. I didn't seduce you. You wanted this.
Yeah. You were the thing that made me what I am, and I thought that if I could save you, I'd somehow save myself, but I was wrong.
Stop it.
When I failed, you saved me. I have to thank you for that.
You made me trust you. You made me believe.
You did me a favor tonight. Now I'm gonna do one for you. Get dressed and get out. Because the next time I see you, I will have to kill you.
No, you won't. Okay. Is he finally gonna go? Yeah, thank you.
Kate.
God, ma'am. Do you know how much you fucking scared me, bitch? Okay, thank God.
What happened?
Nothing happened. God, nothing at all.
Darla, tell me. I have to know.
You want details, Lindsay? Is that what you want?
Oh, he does not?
Yes, I want
Or
details.
he might? I don't know.
I need to know everything, all of it.
Okay.
It's taking you much longer to hit your bottom. I was gonna kick it.
I'm still not sure I understand what happened.
You think you're the first guy who ever rolled over, saw what was lying next to him, and went, yeah! And you're not. Believe me. It's called a moment of clarity, my lamb. And you've just had one. Sort of appalling, ain't it? To see just exactly where you've gotten yourself.
I don't know how to get back.
Well, that's just the thing. You don't. You go on to the new place, whatever that is.
I mean, how do I fix this? I mean, what do the powers want me to do?
Does it look like I'm hearing voices? 'Cause I'm not. I'm not your link with the powers, Angel. I never was. You got rid of that when you fired your crew. You know, that's gonna be the hardest part of all of this, you know. It depends, really.
Yeah, whether they'll even talk to me.
No, actually, it depends on whether they live through the night. And I gotta tell you, at the moment, the odds, not good.
Why don't you lead with that, Lorne? Oh my God. I had just gotten over my concerns and I forgot about Cordelia. I am so sorry, ma'am. I am so sorry.
Hello? Mrs. Sharp?
Do not walk into an abandoned home.
Cordelia Chase here. Took me a little longer to get here than I expected. Hello? That was helpful.
That's not great. That's not great. I've never seen it, but this man reminds me of like Avatar, the Last Airbender, not the blue ones.
Human. Destroyer of our spawn.
Look, I think you have me confused with someone else. I haven't destroyed anyone's spawn. Promise. You have a third eye in the back of your head, just like that little girl did before. We destroyed your spawn.
Creepy.
Angel, invite me in. I've never been here before, Wesley. You have to invite me in.
Well, perhaps if you'd shown a bit of interest.
Wesley.
Yes, no, absolutely. I invite you in. I invite you.
So, I guess you're probably wondering why I'm, back.
It hadn't really occurred to me.
You were always so good with your books. They look so easy. No, it isn't.
Skilosh, a notoriously violent, asexual, self-replicating species of demon.
Honestly, this angel is so upbeat and nice that it doesn't feel like him.
More must rise.
Oh, no. Hey.
Don't put
Wait
an
a
eye
sec,
on
guys.
Cordelia.
More must rise.
No
No.
more must rise, honest. Listen, I've been impregnated by demon spawn before. Let's just say, didn't really work out.
Oh no.
Oh God. Stop! Please! Ah! No! Let go!
That's... I'm really gonna need somebody to go check up on Gunn. Why are they at an empty office when Gunn is in danger as well?
Well, maybe she's just out on a date with friends or something.
That's unlikely.
That's Friday night, Wesley.
So?
So, we are talking about the same Cordelia Chase, right?
That's correct.
Knowing her.
But you don't. You don't know her at all.
Otherwise, you might have realized that our Cordelia has become a very solitary girl. She's not the vain, carefree creature she once was. Well, it's the visions, you see. The visions that were meant to guide you. You could turn away from them. She doesn't have that luxury. She knows and experiences the pain in this city, and because of who she is, she feels compelled to do something about it.
Don't jump. Please don't jump.
Gone.
Thank God.
What are you doing here?
Just passing by. This man took a bullet for me.
I was nothing.
So what's he doing here?
Went and saw the host at Caritas. Said my friends were in danger.
So what's he doing here?
He had an epiphany.
Ah.
Guys, does it make sense that she would go there in the middle of the night without calling either one of you?
They owe us money.
Let's go.
Oh, Cordelia, please tell me you don't have a knife in your back right now.
You're still here.
Oh, no.
You're not leaving, are you? And no one's coming for me. No one's expecting me anyplace. No one's gonna miss me. And how come I can see you? Oh.
No.
Oh, no.
No, 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 no. No.
Oh, no. Oh.
I really, really, really don't like this.
So what, you just wake up and bang?
Well, it's sort of the other way around.
Well, that's good. You know, that's real good you can have one of those. Ain't that good, Wes? Because, you know, epiphanies, they handy. When you think you might be having another one?
Gun.
No, I'm interested. You know, because they can strike at any time.
Angel, what is the plan?
We go.
Yo, Angel.
What happened?
You guys go ahead.
What?
Just go. I'll handle this. If we don't take them out, they'll flank us once we get to the house. And then I'll meet you there. I'll be there. Just get to Cordelia, that's all that matters.
Lindsay, please tell me that was not Lindsay, sir. Oh my God! That's brutal! That's so brutal, sir! What the fuck is happening to him?
You're gonna tell me everything. Everything you did with her. Tell me!
Oh my God! Why is Angel not doing
Tell me!
something? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Tell me! No.
I'm sorry, Lindsay.
Thank God.
I really am. I'm sorry she'll never love you. I'm sorry I didn't try harder to help you when you came to me. I'm sorry you made the wrong choice.
Wesley,
We came to rescue you.
I knew you would.
But then they caught us coming in the back door.
Oh, you little fools.
إني هل
Hi. You okay?
No,
You're not.
no. really hurt my feelings.
At least he gave it back.
Darla?
No, please don't be gone. No. Darla, you can't leave.
I feel like such an idiot.
A lot of that going around.
My whole life has been about being a cop. If I'm not a part of the force, it's like nothing I do means anything.
It doesn't. I mean, the greater scheme and the big picture. Nothing we do matters. All I want to do is help. I want to help because I don't think people should suffer as they do. Because if there's no bigger meaning than the smallest act of kindness, it's the greatest thing in the world.
Yikes, it sounds like you've had an epiphany.
I keep saying that, but nobody's listening. You know, you don't have to be a cop to
I'm
be.
okay. Anyway, I'm not headed towards another pillathon. I'm very grateful. I never thought you'd come for me, but I got cut a huge break, and I think maybe we're not alone in this.
Why?
Because I never invited you in.
I'm sorry.
We've all discussed it, and none of us are ready just yet.
It's okay, Wesley. I don't want you to come back and work for me. Oh, I see. I want to work for you.
You want to work for us?
Yeah.
How do we know we can trust you?
I guess I'll just have to earn that.
No.
Cordy.
No. No! Why is it that I'm not on the floor this time?
I got you.
Let's go.
That's cute. Okay. Okay. I always threw my headphone on the floor like an idiot. I'm just really glad with that ending. I think it really is the perfect way for Angel to be able to come back to the squad because like he said, I do think he has a lot to prove to them. I'm really happy that I think we're finally going back to like Angel investigations with Angel, right? With all of them. Because I feel like something that had been really hard in watching the last few episodes of this season is like seeing them apart, seeing them fighting, seeing Angel go down the spiral. But I like that he seems to have hit the rock bottom. It was so clear that that's where he was headed, right? That he was headed towards Angelus because he didn't have anybody to support him. And I like that, like, he almost reached that, except he didn't. And I guess that makes him realize that, like, he needs to go back to them. I think it's important for him to, like, be able to understand, like he was saying, what is important and what isn't. And just, I guess, understanding that it's okay to, like, rely on other people and to have a group. It was just concerning to see him sort of lose it. And I feel like this is us seeing Angelus being grounded again and being able to, like, sort of be the Angel that we know in a way. Because I feel like he was really deviating from that because he felt so unhinged in the sense of like, even though we knew he was doing things for good, I feel like I didn't know where he was going to stop. It felt like he was willing to compromise like his morals or like anything, you know, like literally do anything. So nice ending, I would say, to the episode, like a nice conclusion and a nice way to get Angel back into the group, because I really thought that, you know, especially after this episode and seeing how all of them were bonding, I kind of thought they were just gonna welcome him with open arms and be like, yeah, it's in the past. But I kind of like that they didn't, because that feels more relatable and authentic. I think that, like, if you have a fight with somebody as serious as they did, you can't just expect, like, one good day to change everything and to make you forget about everything that they put you through, you know? I know that they want to have him back, and I know that it's hard for them to have to say no. I do feel like we have to talk about Kate. I'm so glad she's alive. Like, I was worried. I do think that that conversation was very interesting. I think it was the perfect, I want to say, like, explanation to everything that we had sort of seen and talked about in the last episode, because I feel like you could see how much that, like, elevator conversation shaped Angel, and I think that, like, now I finally understand like the effect it had on him. Not only that, but just, wow, what an epiphany to find out that you're in love with Buffy and like only Buffy. But in all seriousness, I do think that it's very interesting for him to see that, like, God damn it. I'm so sorry I have to talk about Buffy and Angel, I really do. Because, you know, I do think that sleeping with Darla really is a huge epiphany, and finding out that, like, he was willing to lose everything, like to lose his soul not to feel. And I feel like it's so interesting that he goes through with it. So it's not even about him like, oh, I might want to lose my soul, but he wouldn't go through. Like, he actually goes through with it and it doesn't work. And it almost feels like it's destined by like fate or something. You know what I mean? That like he really is not meant to lose his soul. Personally, from the start, I had thought that Angel would only lose his soul if he had sex with Buffy, because Buffy was like, you know, the one true happiness, you know, love of his life sort of scenarios. But then the way that everybody talks about Angel, like I even remember, I think Cordy saying it in the last episode, she was saying like, you know, oh, he can't have sex with people because sort of anybody would turn him into Angelus. And so I sort of believed it because I feel like it was not the first time that we had heard that. And I honestly don't know how I feel about them not going there. I feel like this episode, if there's one thing that bothered me a little bit about it, is that I feel like they, I want to say promised too much and didn't go through with it. You know, I feel like the end of the last episode was huge. It's like Angelus is back and Kate is dead. And then this episode, I feel like within the first like 5 minutes, not even 5, like the first 2 minutes, they reversed both of that. I feel like they were just such huge things, and it's not like I wanted them to happen. I think the Angelus one a little, but I just mean that like I enjoy being fooled. I think Enemies is one of the literally best episodes ever. But I feel like I'm at a point where it's like, oh, we've already been fooled about this before. I do think it works. I think it's great because like I get so anxious every time we are threatened with the concept of Angelus. But I feel like if they start threatening it too much and never go through, I feel like it's going to start getting annoying, like too much, you know? And I feel like this episode gave me a little bit of that feeling, because even though I loved Enemies, I thought the episode with the actress lady, like, amazing. This episode, I was like, it was good, but at the same time, I was like, okay, we've been threatened with this concept before. Just go through or let it go. I do think that like the Angelus conversation is probably still going to be happening. I still think that we're gonna have these scares. I don't know if and when he would come back. A quick Angel spoiler, so please go ahead if you have not finished Angel. But I do know that like at some point, I do remember him actively making the choice to be Angelus to like help somebody or save somebody or something. So I do know that at least once we're going to have to see him, but I don't remember if he comes back any more than that. I kind of just hope that the next time that they mention Angelus, they actually go through with it and actually make him into Angelus, because, I don't know, consequences for your actions, I guess. But anyways, other than like feeling the episode didn't really follow through with that, I think it was a pretty solid Monster of the Week. I think it helped us really establish a lot of like both character progress and like plot things when it comes to like Wolfram and Hart and Darla, for example. My first impressions of her scene with Lindsay is that she felt like such a teenager. I don't know if anybody got that feeling, but she was just sitting there on her own, sort of being pissed off, not saying anything, while Lindsay was speaking, you know, sort of like, it almost feels like a cry for attention, you know, where she's like, I'm not paying attention to you because I'm going through my own stuff, you know, sort of waiting for somebody to ask her like, oh, what's wrong? Do you want to talk about it? I don't know, it gave me a little bit of that feeling. It's interesting that she seems to have left. Now I hope that's not true, just because I don't want Drusilla or Darla. I meant Darla, but I'll say Drusilla too. I don't want either of them to leave. But is she going to Sunnydale though? Because if she does, then I would maybe not complain about her getting out of Los Angeles. Also, oh my god, talking about Sunnydale, randomest thing ever. I'm back to my Buffy bullshit. The ending of the episode, to me, I remember exactly the last episode that we saw a Buffy, like, no. See, I'm already getting ahead of my point. God damn it, Buffy, get out of my head. The only thing I could think of when seeing that flashback in the end of the episode was, like, the last time that we saw one of Cordy's visions in the last, like, few seconds of the episode, or at least my memory of that, is obviously, you know, the episode right before I Will Remember You. You know, the bachelor party episode. And so for a second when Cordy started having a vision, I was like, oh my god, please show me a blonde bitch in Sunnydale. Please do it, please do it. She didn't, which is fine, Cordy. It's fine. But I was definitely thinking like, ooh, could we please be having another crossover? Because I feel like this episode really, really put me in my Angel feelings. I've always known how much Angel loves Buffy, but I feel like it makes it even more meaningful to know how in love he is with Buffy and how she's the only one who can really like provide him with like true happiness. It's a really, really upsetting concept, okay? I still can't get over how like I Will Remember You episode and like the fact that like everything could have worked out so well for them and it just didn't. So I was caught up in my Angel feelings again this episode, which is kind of upsetting because I really thought I was like getting over it. And then at the same time, I see a flashback in the end of the episode and I'm like, oh, that's it. That's my Angel coming back to me. It was not. So it's fine. For Darla, it must also be incredibly devastating to know that this man who you truly love and who you would do anything for, let's put it that way, you know, like she turned him, you know, like this sort of love of her life does not feel the same way about her. You know what I mean? Because I think that for her, that was like true happiness. And the fact that it wasn't for him, I can understand Darla like having a kind of a breakdown over that. Because I feel like it must be really devastating to see that like you think you're in the same page of like the relationship and how much you care about each other, and then you find out that you're actually not. Like that's I feel really bad for her, I'm not gonna lie. That is not a nice discovery to have. So in that sense, I can totally understand her needing to get away and just like needing her distance. But at the same time, I don't understand it just because like I don't want to understand it because I don't want her to leave. I want to see how permanent it is for this whole thing of Darla leaving. I want to see how that could affect Wolfram and Hart and like Lindsay. Because Lindsay, man, what is that man? Like that man is... he's going through something there. He really is. Like, beating up Angel. Okay. It's just so interesting to me to see how madly in love he fell with Darla. Like, so quickly. Like, he is fully, completely blinded, like, by his feelings for her. And I think that's kind of really interesting. And I wonder what it's going to cost him, you know? Because apparently his car and like, his face, which is all purple and, you know, hurts. So I wonder just where that's gonna go. Is he gonna go after her now that she's sort of gone? Is he gonna try and let her go? Like, I feel like he has to move on, because the same way that like Darla loves Angel and he doesn't really love her like that, I think that like Lindsay loves Darla and Darla doesn't really love him like that, you know? So it's an interesting sort of love triangle. Does this mean that Angel has to be into Lindsay for the love triangle to finish? I'm very concerned for Kate, because I know that she said she's okay, but like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I don't know how to tell you this. You're not okay. She may think she's okay, and she may, like, maybe she did have a sort of epiphany like Angel. Maybe this near-death experience has shown her the value of her life, but I still don't think she's okay. I understand that, like, this is a really hard, like, moment for her. And I do understand that she needs to find something else, you know, like a different purpose. And for a second, I really, really thought, this is it. This is the moment that she's going to be joining Angel Investigations, because this is the perfect way for her to do what she likes doing with the police force, except she's doing it, like, you know, with people who actually believe her and who are not going to, like, demote her for saying the truth. I do feel like Angel Investigations would be an amazing route for her to follow. I think it would be fulfilling to her, and I do think that's, like, what she's sort of looking for right now. So I wonder if they could do something with that. I think I mentioned this before. I do not remember seeing Kate from the seasons of Angel that I watched. Could she have been there and I just forgot about her or ignored her? Yes, sure. But I don't have a memory of having seen her before when I originally watched the pilot episode, so I guess a part of me has always thought that she would be gone sometime before the end of season 2, right? And then I feel like this would have been the perfect way, right? She would die, and then you know, that's why I haven't met her, that's why I don't know her. But then now that she didn't die, I'm like, okay. Because, like I said, I don't see any other outcomes that don't involve her helping us out, right? But then if she's part of Angel Investigations, how would I not have known her from season 3? So that's like, you know, that's Domi-isms. I'm just being slightly, just, you know, I have no idea what they're gonna do with her. I hope that she gets some help. I hope that she actually is fine instead of just saying she's fine. And as always, I think like her chemistry, and I don't necessarily mean romantic, I just think that like her chemistry with Angel, you know, with David, I think they work so well together. You know, I buy it. I buy all of their conversations. I think that there's just something very real about the way that they talk to each other. I think they understand each other to some extent. And I always enjoy their sort of heart-to-heart conversations. And I do think that, like, they were bonding so much before, you know, I think it was, like, 111, right? When she finds out that, like, he's a vampire. Things just went so downhill since then that it's good to see that their relationship is somehow still getting a little bit better. Because I feel like at some point I had to give up on them, and I was like, never mind, they're just never gonna work it out. But now, to me, this episode feels like the start of the friendship rekindling, you know, the start of something new. I'm not gonna be fooled again by thinking this is a romance. I really think if it was a romance, they would have already fucking gone there. But I do think that they have all the potential to do something really nice and sweet in regards to a friendship. So here's to hoping that we're gonna get to see more of Kate, because I personally think this storyline for her is huge, and I will be really upset if they don't explore that. You know, just like how I was upset that they never really explored. I guess they did a little bit in a few episodes here and there, but I always expected like her father's death to be like a huge sort of plot point, not just of her storyline, but of sort of the season. Just I expected us to explore that a lot more than we actually did. But I do think that it's something pretty big, and I think that it gives her a very different way to be a part of the show, and I do hope that we get to see more of Kate as a character and not just a cop. I loved Wes and Gunn's scenes this episode. I think it was so cute to see how they were like bonding and how they were actually genuinely friends. Like, it wasn't about like impressing Angel or anything. They really bonded with each other, and I think that's freaking adorable how, you know, they were actually able to forge a friendship. I feel like they're really different people, but you know, they bonded. It's so heartwarming for me to see how well, it's not that they were doing well without Angel, but how that actually in a way was good, because I feel like it gave them more chances to bond with each other than just bonding with Angel. Because I feel like the common thread between all of them is that they were sort of connected to Angel. And I really like that. Hello, it is Editing Domi again. I am halfway through, like almost finishing the episode, but I did want to come back here and say very, very quickly overlasting impressions of this episode, because I feel like it changed a lot. I left this episode thinking that it was like okay, but I think that the more I thought about this episode, the more I disliked it, to be perfectly honest. I'm just remembering that like the Adobe, like, editing can be a boring process, guys, right? And so to me, something I found to just make it a little bit like sillier for me is that I'll usually give my videos like very random file names, because it's just for me, right? Nobody else sees them. So I remember this one was literally called like worst Angel episode ever or something like that, because I feel like the more I thought about this episode, the more pissed off I got, because I was like, you know, they promised me so much in the last episode and they didn't go through with it, and it just really frustrated the hell out of me. But I have to say that like right now, I'm definitely more ahead in real life. So I've finished season 2, and I think understanding the season 2 journey and understanding what this epiphany meant for Angel and the way that it brought him back to the team, I actually really like this episode now. I still don't like the way that they dealt with the Kate storyline, because I think it's really hard for you to be dealing with something so serious as mental health and then just completely ditch that storyline and not bother, you know, discussing that and talking about that. You know, that part, the Kate storyline, I'm not a huge fan of, but because of the follow-up. But I do have to say that, like, in regards to, like, the Angel storyline, I think it really, really works. And I enjoy the idea of Angel sort of, like, losing himself so badly that this is his rock bottom. And that, you know, that's what gives him the epiphany. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what? I get this episode now. I think I see it in a very different way than when I saw it originally. But nevertheless, I would like it to be known that my original thoughts were, this episode sucks. So I kind of wanted to put that out there. I don't have those, like, such strong feelings anymore, but, yeah. Okay. That's sort of, that's sort of what I wanted to say, and, yeah. I'll see you guys next week. Next week, guys, I'm gonna post next Friday. I was made to love you. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be great. It's totally fine episode, right? It's totally fine. I'm so nervous about editing that one, but I will see you guys very soon. And I'm gonna let Domi from the future continue talking to you all. I think this is it. I am not allowed to read the title of the next episode because it apparently is a little bit spoilery, so I'm going to be skipping it. Really excited to see what's coming. I don't know how to do predictions without having a title to guide me. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel human. But what am I thinking? Okay, I think especially with the ending in regards to Darla, it makes me think that this will not be a Darla and Drusilla-centric episode. Could it be Wolfram and Hart-centric without them? Yes. But will it? I don't know. I think we're kind of in a Monster of the Week phase right now because the Monsters of the Week have been so connected to, like, the characters and their storylines as, like, you know, just in regards to, like, their character progresses that I feel like I can see the next episode being another Monster of the Week. What monster? I don't know because I don't have a title to guide me, so maybe it is a alien. I'm gonna go with that. I was looking at like my poster wall trying to get any sort of inspiration and I just saw my Arrival poster. I'm gonna go with aliens. Why not? I have no idea whatsoever. But I thank you all so much for watching this with me. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed. And I hope I will see you in the next episode. So stay safe, hug people, and I will see you then. Bye bye.